My name is Jason Stanley. I'm the Jacob Urofsky Professor of Philosophy at Yale University. My name is Jason Stanley. I'm the Jacob Urofsky Professor of Philosophy at Yale University. Hi, my name is Jason Stanley. I'm the Jacob Urofsky Professor of Philosophy at Yale University. My name is Jason Stanley. I'm a teacher in the philosophy department here at Yale University. I'm the Jacob Urofsky Professor of Philosophy. I'm the Jacob Urofsky Professor of Philosophy at Yale University and the author of 5 books, most recently, How Fascism Works, The Politics of Us and Them. What is success? You can be successful at many things. You can be successful at counting blades of grass. Is that success? It isn't success. I'm the Jacob Urofsky Professor of Philosophy at Yale University and the author of 5 books, most recently, How Fascism Works, The Politics of Us and Them.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No!
Luke? Are we still here?
I don't know.
Did we
What
survive?
happened? What happened?
He was the philosophy professor at Yale University.
There was like a
Jacob
few seconds
Urofsky.
where there was a few seconds there where nothing
I don't
was
know.
happening.
I was worried, like I knew I was kind of playing Russian roulette. I don't know if that channel was going to be friendly to me or if the algorithm was going to look past any part of that, you know, as far as like footage and music. So I just played my chances. You know, I figured at worst we just start a new broadcast and start over again. But laying down the eggplant already, we got El Gargoyle in the chat. How's it going, El Gargoyle? And
the only viewer.
My fellow co-host, we need to give you proper power over the stream. We were talking about that, but I don't know how to set that up just yet. But we will rectify that situation. Pressure Luke. Welcome
Hello.
to the show.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Lucius? What have you been up to since the last time we talked? I think you drunkenly streamed last time.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I had just like a shot of tequila before we started.
Whoa.
Just get a little warmth in the engine, you know, get revved up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I was trying to find anything noteworthy, newsworthy, not too depressing to talk about, and came up a little dry on that.
Me too.
So here we are.
Yes.
What's new with you, man?
Lots of things. I got a really great review for Sacred Gods 2 today from a backer. Lots of fun things.
That's kind of refreshing to see. We're actually going to get into that. We're going to do a further breakdown of that.
Yeah.
Anything else noteworthy to that in your production line?
In my production line.
Yeah, dude, you're like a factory over there.
How am I a factory?
As soon as you finish a job, you're on to the next one, man. You already got animation going on, your own project plus promotion. You know, which is it's its own monster.
Yeah, I do have a live stream going on someone else's live stream this Saturday. I won't say much, but yeah, I'm doing my best.
There you go.
It's hard out there. It's tough, but I'm doing what I can. So
keep at it, brother. Let's get into this review.
Okay.
And part of the content of the show. I kind of wanted to talk about comments, campaign running, how to do it right. Examples of right and wrong.
Yes.
And there's way more examples I could have provided. I just didn't want to put too many people into the scope here. But I figured you were telling me about this glowing review, and it is a pretty glowing review. I don't feel like going through the whole thing here. This is kind of, well, if you want to, we can kind of skim it, find the best of it. But I mean, look at this.
All right,
It's like
wait.
a
Let me read it. I'll
Yeah.
read it. Is that all right?
sure. That's fine.
So this was a review. I woke up this morning and checked my messages, and this was in the message box. And I read it. And the minute I read it, I don't know how to describe it, Lucius. A wave of relief. I don't know what's the word for if you feel like you're being appreciated. Gratitude, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Swept over me, and so I posted it on Twitter, and it's from one of my backers for Second Gods 2, Mr. Tom O'Mahony, and he says this book was amazing. I mean, I love it. I didn't know I needed it in my life, but it's more than a welcome addition. It like subverts all my expectations, but in the good ways. XD, and I just backed it on a lark because EVS mentioned it during the show. Granted, I didn't back everything he mentioned, so it's definitely up my alley from the start. But to think I wouldn't have known about it without EVS, man, I owe him a thanks. XD, and where to start? Samara's
just a pause on that.
Yes,
You kind of owed Fresher Luke a little bit of that because Fresher Luke, I believe, you just super chatted him to get that notice. You did the promo.
He wouldn't have even mentioned platinum. It if I hadn't given him money.
Yeah. And listen, this is all promo strategy, and sure. So well played. But yes, essentially, just broadcast yourself out further. So go on.
All right. Well, he continues, and where to start? Samara is a real cutie, but at no point did I feel myself thinking of her as just hot skin showing girl, which I think is a good point that he made. I was invested in her struggle to get what she wanted and then her struggle to get away from it. Haha. Derek would be a one-note alpha male handled by anyone else, but his hilarious arrogance, don't worry, babe, quote unquote, sorry. Quote unquote, don't worry, babe, once I deal with this, we'll bang, end quote. Like she was really worried about that. It killed me. Oh my God, this dude died.
Oh no.
But
I guess he came back.
He came back to write this, so I feel extra special. His little Batman line drop was just icing on the cake, and of course, who can forget the Skull Knight? I like to try to imagine the tone and volume of his various screams, and I have to say, the reality of being a woman traveler in. I think he made a typo here. It is touched on in pretty blunt terms on at least 2 occasions, and I have to give you credit for going there. So few people would dare. With that gross possibility in such a primeval world, it was interesting to see a clear departure from the same old, same old. And the thing is, your art style so lulls you into a false sense of security that you'd never think to hear such dialogue in something like this. It really makes it stand out. Excellent work, man. We'll be here for every ensuing volume. I'll support you to the end. Signed, one Tom O'Mahony.
Yeah, man. There we go. And it kind of went on. You kind of gave a reply.
I know.
And then came back with more, man.
I don't know why he felt like
that's
he had to clear
enthusiasm.
It up. Yeah, that is enthusiasm. But I got exactly what he was saying. But for some reason, he felt like he had to clear it up. But this is probably the kind of reply or message that I feel like all creators dream of getting at some point.
Oh, definitely in the discussion. We'll get into where it usually goes on what I've seen in a minute here. And
but I really love this one just because I can tell like he was just picking up on everything I was putting in the book and just his love for it. And I don't know, it was just great. I was so it really lifted my really chuffed about it.
Proper chuffed, yeah.
Proper chuffed.
Bradley Wickman here. Otherwise, love the story, but geez, could you calm down cursing? It's like half the dialogue in this comic kind of bugged me. Otherwise, again, liking it so far. And you came back not firing any shots. Thanks for the feedback.
Oh.
And you know what? This is kind of what is actually good. Getting feedback and kind
here's the thing. Here's the thing. These are the shots.
Glad to hear you're enjoying the book. Cheers to you. Have a great day. And look, then we get into have not received my book. And then you're just like,
Oh
check
yeah.
fulfillment. This is T-shirt stuff. You're like, oh
So
yeah, did your T-shirt?
yeah. So what this was, this happened right after I posted the last update,
Mm-hmm.
saying that the books have been delivered and all the work is done, and I can understand why I got that message, because I guess it sounds like no more of
It's
the
all
books are
done.
being
Yeah.
none of the books that people haven't got are being sent out, which is wrong. Like, it's obviously, Zach does them in waves, delivering
Mhm.
the people who backed it first, and going down the list. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we just got my book. Looked great. Decided to read it. Like this is kind of what you want to see in your comments here. And then just to show also, updates. 23 updates. Shit. What about man
Yep.
keeping you on track here.
Yep.
Always good knowing that it's getting out there, getting to people, letting them know about fulfillment.
Yep.
It's getting done. Just hold on. And I know I remember you talking about like, oh, if you order a T-shirt, it's going to be a little bit longer, but you still have to hit it up. Somebody's going to not read it. It's in their spam mail, whatever.
Yeah.
And you handle it like a pro on this, man. You get back to them.
It's pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah.
So, and if we scroll back up, how much did
In the
this
comments?
raise? How much did this raise?
You got 9,394.
9,000. Okay, just let's keep that number in mind as we go to the next example I'm sure you have lined up.
Yes, the next one. This is kind of stepped down, but I still believe it's a good handling of backers. Not leaving them hanging on stuff and everything. This is a project actually I have back, and I'm dying to see. Fatal, still in demand. If you want it, over 100K in the bank for this, but. Yo, look at Michael Kennedy right here, almost top of the bit.
Oh, there he is.
Year and a half late so far. This better than the old business model? CG has more late comics than on time. How is this sustainable? And Clint, look at this guy. He's like, dearest backer. I will admit that crowdfunding has some serious flaws. It's great when you need funding to make a book. It's not great for hitting a regular release schedule. Once we ship Fatal, I will not be launching books unless they are finished first. This kind of goes against the whole model of the crowdfunder. I can understand when you're as big as this, you're raising big money. You probably have a nest egg. You can just throw out the next book so that you don't have this sort of stuff popping up again.
Yeah.
And says again, I'm really sorry for how late this is, and your frustration is justified. Look, no blame thrown at them. Giving them a response.
Sure.
I can say I've seen this happen on many a campaign where there's nothing. You will see Michael Kennedy or someone like Michael Kennedy. Sorry, not to single you out, Michael. Make like a comment 4 times in a row, like, "Oh, you're not going to answer me," and like over the span of several days, no response. Clint is actually on the ball on this. You go through this.
Yeah.
I mean, these are pretty like confrontational, and justifiably so.
Sure.
What are the chances this book ever getting done and printed? I really try to be patient. And Clint also has been fairly good about his updates. I don't think he's been as on the ball as you have, or not. I think he tries to stick close to like every month is what they say. They look for in the campaigns.
it's about levels of frequency. Like, depending on certain factors, it's preferable that you update them at least every week. So I do it every Saturday, or at the minimum every 2 weeks, so twice a month. Even if you don't have anything to report, which that does happen. There's sometimes a lull time,
right,
when the book is getting printed, and then those books are being shipped to fulfillment, and then fulfillment is packing everything up. There's sort of this sort of lull where you don't really have anything to talk about, so you kind of got to find other subjects related to whatever it is that you're crowdfunding. Like, I think I posted at one point. I posted a thing about stats, and sort of explaining the stats of how many people back the book according to country, and how the US outstrips all the other countries combined and stuff like that, and also things like international shipping and so forth.
Well, one of the cards you had in your pocket was that you could have played at any time, but you waited until fulfillment was actually happening. You had a digital copy. You could have just sent out there whenever you'd please, just to fill in that gap.
No,
But you
that's
were waiting until it was kind of locked in. Things were physical items were being sent out,
yeah.
and you're like, okay, now people get their digital copies, and
Well,
then
yeah, that's how I did the
yeah.
last one as well. It's like
Yeah.
usually about, and my timing isn't perfect,
Mhm.
but it's usually when Zach tells me that books are being sent out that I'm like, okay, well, and usually depending on what day of that week, it's either that weekend
Mhm.
or the following weekend that
It's
I
just
try to send it out.
it's a nice holdover, I think, for anybody that's in waiting. Like you have your t-shirt backers still waiting on their stuff. That'll happen soon, but it's at least something to fill in that area. Like you have the digital copy. I prefer hard copy, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of these projects I get, like the coloring work isn't fine-tuned for print necessarily. I'm not throwing this at you. I'm throwing this just out in general. Like I see some books where it's like really muddy, or it's really like the colors don't match up to what I saw on the campaign page, which
Yeah.
was digital clearly, and it's just kind of a one-to-one. Your screen can display a lot more than you'll ever get from a inkjet printer from anywhere. So I think that's like a nice like bonus to have. And you don't have to worry about any printing issues or anything getting caught in the seam of the book. You can zoom in, you see the details, all that. Like I wasn't hardcore about the digital, but over time I become more keen on getting that digital copy with the stuff that I order. It's like a nice thing to have there. You can always take it with you, and I appreciate looking at an artist's work the way it was like kind of meant to be seen, and looking at it in that way.
Well, I think with the way
yeah,
things are going, digital comics are probably just going to be the way of the future. You know what I mean?
Probably, man. Yeah, probably. I think the only other one I can one book print I was looking at, I have to look it up. I'll have to look it up later. But they do like really high quality like art level books like when they print them out. $50 at least for like the low end of their books, but they go up to like very limited edition, like super like fine art, like slip jackets or cases that they go into for like $1,000.
Jesus.
But yeah, big. This is one of them I remember was like the moon landing book. There's another one about Muhammad Ali, and they're signed by like Buzz Aldrin or Muhammad Ali, like these very like 1,000 print edition books. So that's why they have that high price tag. But yeah, Clint is kind of regular here. About a month or so, he does an update.
Well,
Let you know where it's at.
I would say all those people who are messaging him in the comments,
Mm-hmm.
I would say
160 deep, man.
Yeah,
like, and a lot of it is like, where is it?
Yeah, I feel like he read. I feel like if they had just backed for Second Gods 1, they'd be happy customers right now.
Well, you were very hardcore about trying to end it, print it, and send it out pretty much as soon as you could. Like you weren't trying to stretch anything out.
No.
You wanted to get the book in people's hands, and I know like it stressed you out. Like at any hiccup along that pipeline of work.
Yeah. Well, that was the first one. The second one wasn't as bad, obviously because I had the book done already. The stresses that came about this time around it was all timing, because when I was trying to get them printed, my printer guy, it was around the same time, just before Comic-Con, because Comic-Con had just started up again. I was like, oh, great, because I thought the pandemic was going to take care of it, but it didn't. And so he had all these rush orders because all these idiots can't get their ducks in a row properly. And so he had to put me on the back burner while he got all these rush orders done. So that delayed things.
But this is about as good as you can get on a refund request, right? I would like to request a refund on my contribution, and then he says process refund. letting you know there's going to be a little bit of delay. This sort of information can save you from further grief. Sorry to see you go. Sorry for the massive delay. Hope you consider.
I think we should. I think we should go to a different one because I know the story behind all this, and there's a bit of conflict of interest with me for this one.
Okay, all right.
So
I won't ask for your input. I'm just saying this is appreciated. Like somebody getting back to people, even if they're not on your side, and it goes a long way. Just from what I've done as far as like a customer service standpoint, you can undercut a lot of bullshit by getting ahead of a problem.
Yes.
Like just letting people know there's going to be delays or something got screwed up in the production pipeline, and you're not actually going to get your shit when we thought you would. That can go a long way over just sitting in silence, and then they have to suffer in that, and then they get really fucking pissed off with you.
Well,
about it after the fact.
It's I don't know. It's tough because
this one kind of hurts.
I
did not actually back the book. I was kind of waiting for it to be sent out before it's going to do it.
What?
And
$50,000 raised. Wow.
52,000. Carlo wrote. Someone I was kind of hoping was going to have a lot of promise, but kind of like what's happened, because it went completely dead silent. This is one of the few campaigns it's suspended. It's in suspended state here.
See, if only they'd back for Seg Gods. Just saying.
This campaign is under review. It is not accepting contributions. I don't know what the process was on this. I think a number of campaigns have been hit with this illegitimately or legitimately, and this is the only one I've seen hit this level. I had to Google search it to find it. You can't look through Indiegogo to find it anymore. But it still exists as a page, and just reading into it, first comic, dead comic, with 2 thumbs up, from 2 days ago. Then
did this guy
die? Talent artist, but never delivered, and his radio silent. Hopefully, get a refund after the campaign is reviewed, but I bet it'll be tough since this guy is out of state. He's in Ireland, I believe. Over 9 months of silence. At least Indiegogo is reviewing this now. I pray that Carl is okay. Can we at least rename this book to Deathsworn Book None? Sorry, bad joke. And this is just kind of one of those ones where it's complete silence. I don't even think Carl's been on his Twitter. His last update on this project was November 30th, 2021.
Jesus. It's almost a year ago now.
And what's really awkward is that he's like, sorry for the delay in an update. So there had been a delay before the last one, which was, let's see, August 5th. So some months between his second to last update to his last update. He's just posting up, black and white art. Looks pretty fucking good. You'll see a progression in his stuff as if you went through the campaign. And what really kind of is like, what is going on with this? What really happened? First off, book 1 and First Hunt are complete. Both books are edited, designed, ready to be compiled. The only delay is colors for book 1 cover. They're coming along, but they have been an immense struggle for me. This cover is a sign off on all the work that has gone into these books. I'm really trying my best to create the ultimate realization of my vision, and I'm really trying the best to create the ultimate realization for this whole universe for this guy, for you guys. It's nerve-wracking. Last thing I want to do is still working this out right now. But you come this far, just slap any old cover on this and be done with it would be an insult or whatever. I want to show you the creative struggle is the only struggle facing this campaign. The same creative struggle placing the learning cards in front of me. I don't know. It's kind of like at this point where it's just been dead silence for almost a year.
God, do you know what I could have done with $50,000?
You could have made an animation short.
I certainly could. But everyone's giving it to these guys who just don't follow through.
Well, this is from it doesn't have the date on here. I'm pretty sure it was like 2018, 27. It was kind of like in the hot selling days of like the Comicsgate campaigns. Like you didn't have to be one of the top draws and you could make
you and I know that's BS,
50K.
Lucius. That's BS.
You say that's BS? Why is it BS?
Yes,
Tell me
because
why.
I launched Forsaken Gods 1 around the same time, and I barely made my pledge amount. I think it was like $3,000 or something. I'm probably wrong, but
Now, to be fair, I think you didn't leverage it quite as well as you could have at that time. I don't know. I remember catching you on your second run of Forsaken Gods. Seeing
yeah.
your campaign then.
Did you get the books, by the way?
Yeah, they're in the mail. They're in the mail. Yeah, I got them.
You got them?
Yeah. Mhm.
Did you open it?
Not yet. I haven't opened it yet.
Can you
Sorry,
open
man.
it now?
Not right now. No.
Why not?
I don't have it with me.
I think you could go get it.
I honestly can't. I can't get it right now.
Why not?
I don't have it with me.
That's a circular logic.
No. It's not another spot. Don't.
All right,
I just can't get
whatever.
it right now. Yeah. But yeah, I was just gonna say this is just kind of like the
Well, this is the thing. This is every creator's worst nightmare. The comments section. Like, I don't ever want to do a campaign where the comments are like that, because it's just horrible. And in a sense, you've let those people down if they're acting like that. Like, if someone, like, you know, that one guy who was like, "Oh, the book has half the book has swearing in it." Remember that one? Like, that's manageable because he's just talking about the content of the book. And so that just comes down to a matter of taste. As opposed to say, this book is late, then that's totally different. You just, you know, they have a legit argument.
It's a hardcore grievance rather than just a matter of opinion or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And still, even though I do believe that the it was a bit hyperbolic on like the cursing, but you know, it was like in there.
Yes.
You know, and that's something that you can move forward with. You know, like you can go to Book 3 and say, maybe I should
more
pull that back a bit. Or
more, just
you know
make
what?
it nothing but just nothing but swear words all the way through.
Yeah. Forsaken Gods 3 Scarface edition. Yeah. But I just thought you were really chuffed about your review, and then I went and read it, and I was like, oh, you know what? This is kind of like the comments section will definitely tell you like the health of a campaign. You know,
I guess
more so than the money will, dude. I'm just telling you, like some campaigns get a lot of money thrown at them. But the comment section,
that's
people will let you know what they think.
I mean, maybe maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I'm not looking at the silver lining. Maybe the fact that I didn't raise much meant that I'm not as like stressed out about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like all those people.
There's a certain point of success. I mean, you have somebody else handling your fulfillment, but there's a certain level of success, especially when you start tying in more and more bonus items into it. Where I think you kind of reach a point of like, oh my god, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, it becomes too unwieldy and massive.
Mm-hmm. And where you were only looking at one problem, let's say it was just getting your book printed. Well, now imagine that going on for 10 different things. You know, you have acrylic standees, maybe you have action figures, maybe you have T-shirts, maybe you have hats, maybe you have shot glasses.
It depends on what kind of extras you're getting. Obviously, an action figure is incredibly difficult and complex to get to happen because you got to find.
Well, it depends on how deep you want to go. Like you can get like a really simple action figure, no problem, but still, that's one extra layer of complication on a project that's already probably complicated enough.
Exactly.
But that's my point.
Yeah. But if it's something like a T-shirt, like simple merch, right? Then that's not a big deal. You just kind of like, you know, upload the design, get however many printed out, and make sure they get to fulfillment, and then you know you tell fulfillment, make sure these are sealed properly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's different rewards or different perks or bonuses elicit different kind of attention, resources, and response. I find.
Mm-hmm. Um, uh, just speaking from something I did of my own, I used to do like screen printing, my own screen printing with like hand pulled screen print stuff, and like on a simple 4 or 5 color screen print, and you basically every time you add a color, it's going through the print process again. That's the way it would go. Let's say you started with 20 pages of blank paper, you might end up with 5, 6 good ones. If you're lucky, half of them turn out good. That's not saying there's any smearing, missing color, missing spots,
Yeah.
anything like that.
Right.
And basically, the more complication you add to it. So let's say I made it 10 colors. Just chop that number in half. That's what I'm saying. Is like the more shit you add into your campaign, the more levels you add into it. That's more ways for it to just be fucked up.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you had a pretty streamlined, straightforward campaign. You kind of already knew people from your previous campaigns to help you fulfill it, get it done. And you still kind of hit some bumps in the road in terms of like your turnaround time that you thought you'd have. And it was really just going to print. You already had everything done. It was just a matter of getting the physical copy and your
that was the thing. It's
ready
like,
to
go. Luckily enough, things kind of worked out because I think I put the delivery date somewhere in October.
Yeah. You push it out far enough away, and at the same time you were like also gunning to just get it done. You were worried about the economy, everything, which is not. I mean, to be frank with this
it's
year,
about to.
yeah. I mean, you're getting in under I think a crunch that's going to just ever expand out. And you have to wonder what about these campaigns from 2-3 years ago and the money they've raised, and just how far will that dollar go now compared to then if they had just done it then. And that's the grave they dug for themselves. That's their own problem to deal with.
I offered them an alternative and they didn't take it. So
but yeah, this is kind of been more geared like a CG centric one. A CG centric Lucius Live. I didn't come in expecting to go this far with it, but I'm glad you're here to kind of help me drag it out.
That's what I'm here for, I guess.
Yeah, that is what you're here for, man. You're to help me with it.
How much further can we extract blood from this stone?
And I wanted to share this find of mine with you. I'm not sure.
With me? Only with me, right?
And the crowd. I mean, although right now exactly. Gordon Ramsay.
This is basically my therapy session. No, I'm just joking. It's Gordon Ramsay. You saw him in Kitchen Nightmares. You saw him in Hotel Nightmares. Now it's drug-induced nightmares.
Like in his garden there, I believe. With
Gordon Ramsay on how to grow cocaine.
So one of my friends sent this to me. This is an actual series, but it's like
Gordon on cocaine.
An investigative series.
I just thought it would just be like him at a table, like just snorting it up. Going, oh, bloody amazing, absolutely fantastic, or something.
All right, Gordon, you have instead of the usual 30 minutes, you have 10 minutes to prepare this meal. How much cocaine do you need?
I need it all. Did you hear that story about how at one Comic-Con, Frank Miller got left he was left alone.
He was supposed to be the watcher to make sure nobody else took it, and he
was left in a room full of cocaine, and he was supposed to make sure nobody took it, and so they left him there, and they came back. When they came back, all the cocaine was gone. He was still there, and he was just like completely fucked out of his brain.
I'm like, wow, good for Frank, man.
Frank Miller really knew how to party.
Yeah, party one.
Yeah,
Frank Miller. There was actually a video. Like, I wish that was more planned. Somebody said there was a Frank Miller dancing to something.
No, that wasn't Frank Miller. That was someone who looked like Frank Miller.
Yeah, but it was like one of those up in the air questions. I knew for a fact it wasn't him because he's like in really bad
No,
shape.
it was Camel Moon. It was on Twitter. He's like, "Is that Frank
Yeah.
Miller?" And I replied, "It better be Frank Miller."
But yeah, not gonna lie, that's kind of the end of the
Oh my God,
the
Lucius.
content line for me, man. Although I do want to do a little promo. I don't know if you want to do a little promo. I didn't
No,
want to
I don't.
twist your arm,
No, I don't.
but
You better not be bringing up mine.
No, a project that you and I are both involved with.
Oh,
CG Vacation.
CG Vacation.
Phil sent out something saying like, "Oh yeah, we're going to print."
Hey, can you show the pitch? I mean, there's that picture, but then there's the beach towel picture.
Let's see here.
Where's the beach towel? The beach towel. You know the one I'm talking about. Beach towel image. No. I don't think it's that one. Or it might have been. Yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm. CG Beach Show. And calendar.
So it features all the characters in CG, right?
A number of them. It's 6 a.m.'s. Or he has like a whole stack of CG characters as his like style of characters, like going on. But I don't know if he created these specifically for this or if he's reusing any assets he already did.
Okay. Well, anyway,
yeah,
yeah, we got our things in here, so check it out.
Yeah, we got art in here. It's still available, but it's hitting print, man. It's gonna be hitting mailboxes sometime soon. So, that was September 19th. That was 3 days ago.
Ooh,
got this. Oh, wait, does it? Beach towels.
So have you met the Diaz brothers, Lucius?
No.
I have, and they're incredibly tall.
They're taller than you?
Yeah. They like tower over me.
Like threateningly tall?
I mean, is there such a thing as threateningly tall?
Did you feel like if it came to it, you'd have to defend yourself with a weapon?
I mean, no, they're very affable gentlemen, but I know.
But if the tide turned, if suddenly you were in charge of protecting the cocaine, and they came back and none of it was to be found, you're just like, Frank Miller came along, and I don't know, guys.
Where are you going with this argument?
I'm just trying to tie it all together, man. I don't know. I know. I think that Phil said he's 6'4". I'm not sure about his brother.
He's probably taller than that. Actually,
that's pretty fucking tall, man.
Probably like 6'7" or something.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Fucking should be pro wrestling, man, or something.
Yeah.
Or bouncing. Be a bouncer.
And
and one of the other projects I wanted to put out there, just good old friend of the show, hasn't been on in a while. His time's limited, and he's been working on this thing for forever. Frog G, Voodoo Gods and Magic. Jason Bascom is the main artist, but our man Inkspots has been doing the colors, and I'm sure contributing his own brand of degeneracy and grossness to the project as they went along. But he's a colorist on it. Colors extraordinaire, man. Really deserves a lot more credits out there, in my opinion. He does really phenomenal work. So it's out there. It's live. It's a live campaign. Just started this past weekend, so they're at $9,655 so far.
Cool.
Hit their goal of 5,000. 25 days left. I'm sure that'll be extended a little bit longer. I think most of this is in the can. I don't have all the details, but 48-page comic book. I know it's been something they've been working on for a long time.
Yeah.
In the works, and I think it's pretty much ready to go, kind of thing. And they have like a random drawing thing, and lucky number 135. I kind of wonder 3 random numbers, so this could go up to 999. 2 more backers ago, so it's an interesting thing to kind of drop in there. But they're doing a bunch of extras, a bunch of like special things for people. Uh, I believe like Backer 69 got like a campaign upgrade.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know, just for getting that illustrious number. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had planned, man. Anything else
I
on your radar? Anything else?
I had something
worthy?
planned and then I forgot what it was. Can you remember, Lucius? Uh-oh. Lucius! No, Lucius, don't leave me. God damn it. This is why I tell Lucius to always make me a co-host. Ugh, Lucius. So anyway, I've got nothing else to say. Not a thing. Yeah, damn. I'm at a loss here. I'm just gonna leave if Lucius doesn't come back. We're only at 41 minutes, Lucius. God damn you! You should. I keep telling you to make me co-host. You jerk! You do this to me multiple times. I hate you. So, anyway, yeah. So, Forsaken Gods is still being fulfilled. People should be getting the books pretty soon. Definitely this week, next week, and if you get them, please be sure to tag me in Twitter at FresherLuke, and I would love to see photos of the book. I would really love to see that. And if you had any like little mini reviews you want to post about it, please feel free to do that as well. I love getting those, even if it's something that, even if it isn't something that you are or liked. If there were parts you didn't like, if there were parts you did like, I would like to hear those parts. Lucius, oh my God, I swear to God, I'm going to leave you right now if you don't come back. Oh, Lordy. So, I'm working on a bunch of things for YouTube right now. Some little mini animations to help promote things. It's been going pretty well. I got a few extra backers, and it was great. It was like crazy numbers like I haven't seen before. So I'll definitely be doing more of those. I'm working on Forsaken Gods, I guess chapter 3 and 4 right now. That's kind of a little on hold right now just because I've got some other work that I'm doing. I'm helping someone out with something that they need help with. So that's just kind of like the least I could do for them. What else? There we go, you son of a bitch.
Dude,
what did I tell you? You never did it.
I was about to tell you, Frosk, the G4 ho.
So, from what you've heard, what have you heard so far, Lucius?
I heard that a bunch of the G4 staff had to be laid off, and they kind of threw it at her feet that she was part of the reason. But I mean, you really
it's not that she was part of the reason. She was the reason that basically her little rant torpedoed the entire fucking endeavor.
I mean, this had to be approved. It had to be signed off by the higher ups.
I think she just went straight ahead and did it.
Well, then, I mean, there should have been a reprimand then, man.
And then, no, you can't, because women are a protected class. You saw all those simps clapping like seals.
Going,
for us, destroy the channel. Destroy our only chance to revive this. Yay!
And so, layoffs happened, and now I guess she's quitting, or she
got fired, dude. Because what happened was they all got laid off, and then I guess she posted a tweet saying, "I survived, motherfuckers, ha ha ha." And at that point, they were like, "Okay, yeah, you're fired." That's what it takes. That's what it takes to get a female entitled female fired after she's destroyed your company. So there you go.
Happy ending.
for
In the end,
for
a happy
who?
ending
A happy ending
for
who?
us, man. I mean, listen, I
nobody
was
nobody
over
won.
G4, man. I was over G4. I didn't. I mean, as someone who kind of watched Gamergate go down, I don't know how closely you watched it go down, but it was kind of like it was this giant red flag about the state of the industry and where things stood. And yet it was radio silence from pretty much every major network, every major coverage, because essentially they're all kind of signed in on it in one way or another.
Well, it's not only that, it like many female game developers who had bad fortune visit their lives use Gamergate as like, I don't know, their whipping boy, as like an excuse.
Well, they use it as like a trampoline, like a victim status thing to then get simp bucks, to back up their thing, their own projects that they never fulfill anyways.
So
it was kind of part of the degeneracy, that part of the corrosion that was happening in, like, I guess, crowdfunding spaces. I mean, these bitches were at kind of like the start of it, raised huge amounts of money for doing what we do essentially. I mean, all they had to do was just fucking hit stream and talk. That's all they had to do, and they couldn't even do that.
Do you think, unrelated question, do you think if I made a comic called Death Swear, I could raise $50,000?
On that alone? No. Not on that.
But I mean, logically, I should, because there's a comic called Death Sworn that raised $50,000.
I mean, that's a very superficial.
I think it makes sense.
Reading of the situation.
No, it makes perfect sense.
I mean, I can kind of gather the logic, but it's one of those like false syllogisms, is it? If A, B, and C.
Syllogism? What?
Right? Isn't that what it is? Like, if A, then B, so then
false equivalency.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, Death Sworn got 50,000, over 50,000. I do Death Swear. That should then be somewhere thereabouts, like.
Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it,
I think
if you think about it, those people are waiting for a book with the words death and something beginning with S and Space Vikings. So if I did a Space Vikings comic book and called it Death Swear, they'd be like, well, I didn't get that book, but this guy delivers book. Maybe I'll get this book.
It's possible. I don't think it's a like a layup kind
what
of
are
thing.
You eating?
It's more like a half court shot kind of thing. I'm not eating anything.
Well, why am I hearing like some shelling going on? Removing shells from something.
Shells? No shells. I mean, I had like a tea drink I was drinking.
Yeah,
maybe that's what you.
It's like this. Yeah, that little clicking.
Where's everyone? Is what.
Where's everyone? Says. We're right. We are right here.
Lucius left
me. Lucius left me a little while ago.
It wasn't my choice. My Wi-Fi suddenly like spiked, and then I tried using my hotspot, which was fucking useless, and then the Wi-Fi booted back up.
Your waifu spiked?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Damn.
That's right.
But yeah, so yeah, like good business decision, 2023.
Go for it, man. I say go for it. More projects, the better.
Or maybe people will just be like, I already paid for something like this. I don't want to get burned again.
I mean, that's where I think the resume, the veteran status, the guys who fulfilled, that's going to be the new difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, I want to believe that.
I think you'll build up, man. I mean, look at that review you got. That's somebody who just like on a lark backed your campaign and says, now anything you put out, I'm there.
Well, I guess I'll find out October 1st.
And you've doubled or close to double, like the Forsaken Gods money you had, right?
Theoretically.
On closeout, yeah.
I forget what I raised the first time.
And so, just keep trying to grow, and grow. And then, shrugs.
I like
Yeah.
the shrugs.
I'll goggle, shrugs. Yeah. It's kind of
Go
where I'm
does
at
the
too
best
most of my
shrugs.
life. Yeah.
The best shrugs.
But I think there's something to a slow burn. I kind of feel like, what's Tim Lim saying? Iconic comics
Yeah, what about it?
or whatever. Like they kind of started small. They sort of burned the Comics Gate goodwill on their way out, but they've still managed to make themselves into a crowdfunder campaign force. And they have like an open website where you can buy their shit all the time. They're on Amazon.
Yeah, I know. I gotta do that. I gotta get around to that.
So essentially, like that's what it could be, man. Like if you keep on it and you keep doing the right things, and I think you have good content.
I'll be homeless by the time I get around to that stage.
Well, it's not. Let's hope not.
Why do I always have to make free stuff for Eric July? Why? Why is that?
Well, I'm sure you can get money for it.
No, because if I make it for free, he'll just be like, well, that's really great. I'm going to take it.
Well,
It's like I'd rather make my own shit, you know?
Oh, I understand that completely, yeah.
And Isom doesn't look that interesting to me. It's just like a dude in a leotard.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not like there's anything wrong with that, but it's like there's
Spider-Man,
nothing really.
Spider-Man doesn't look that good to me. He's just a dude in a
What do you
leotard.
mean? He's different. Like, because he's the guy that started it, right? Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that bullshit.
I'm fucking with you, dude.
You are.
I haven't even looked into the campaign. I don't have anything to say about it because I really didn't look into it that much.
Oh.
I'm kind of burned on a few projects, not unlike the last comment sections we looked through. And I'm waiting more for things to hit the end times of the campaign where it's hitting print, it's ready to go out, and then you back it, and you're in the golden crowd, like, oh, I just found out about the project and then I backed it and now I got it, rather than the first one's there.
It's only the golden crowd if they know you're there. I mean,
true.
But
and then he says, I mean, if you get a deal, get your name up there.
Get a deal? What kind of deal? A deal with the devil? Is that what it means? What do you think?
It's a deal,
What kind? What? A deal? Anyway, I was gonna say something.
Very profound, I'm sure. Yeah.
I forgot. I hate it when you do this to me, Lucius.
I didn't do it. It was El Gargoyle. He did it.
No, you clicked on the thing.
Hey, you didn't have to read it. I was going to read it for you. You could have kept your thoughts.
I had something
flowing.
I was going to say. You just kept going, and then you clicked on the thing, and then I got distracted. Fuck this shit. This is bullshit. I'm going to remember this after the stream is done.
That's all right.
I hate all life and everything in it.
Just save it for the next one, man.
No.
Yeah.
It was something. It was something so profound. Holy shit. It was like some question about crowdfunding. Blame
it on your
early viewer.
Sorry, man.
I don't know.
I know.
I was gonna fill the next. I was gonna fill the next 7 minutes with this. God damn it. Anyway,
that's all right. We don't have to hit an hour on the mark. I'm
no,
cool.
We do. It has to be
an
hour.
I did a 13-minute stream the other day.
Has to be an hour. Has to be an hour.
No, we know that nobody. Well, very few watch it as is, and more people are drawn to shorter and shorter time spans. Moving forward.
I did want to say this. Apparently, it came out recently that Cecil had been going through a divorce.
Oh yeah, I kind of touched on that last week. It was kind of just revealed, like made known to the public. Which I don't have like really any inside track with Cecil. You know, like I've had a couple of shout outs really, and you know, he's done a few like kind of favors for me, but beyond that, like I really don't talk to him. I don't have any sidetrack, and so it was news to me to find out that yeah, the whole reason that his campaign had been kept in limbo for so long because I knew from ink spots that it had been completed for some time. I just figured maybe he was stalling, looking for the prime campaign fulfillment thing.
Yeah.
And I think that was less the case. Like he wasn't so concerned about taking as much money as he could from the campaign. He was worried about having his ex take the money from the campaign. And he said he would go so far as to refund the whole thing just to keep her from taking the money. Like just that's not even a part of the divorce because I refunded it. It's not in my hands anymore.
Yeah.
He was ready to go that far, and that's the reason why it was kind of left up in the air for so long without really any answers. Which I think is this another way that litigation just fucking like there's an over litigation in America. Like it just fucking kills everything.
I feel like there's not enough litigation in America.
Okay. I guess that could be its own topic for another time.
I guess so. Or we could make it a topic right now.
Where do you think we fall short on litigation?
Well, if you want to litigate someone who's messed with your life, you need at least $100,000. I think maybe it's the price entry point, because lawyers can just charge whatever they want.
But that's what I'm like. If you become the big shark, at least like money wise, if you have the better reserves of funding, money in a legal battle, like you're pretty much almost guaranteed to win. And that's how like really they steamroll a lot of people.
Exactly, and I think that's unfair. I think.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like lawyers shouldn't be that out of reach. Like legally challenging something shouldn't be that out of reach. But we've just overburdened it. We stretched the limits to like kind of a thin and thick sort of setting. It doesn't take much to file a lawsuit, and most of the time when it comes to like you're a plaintiff in it, the lawyers kind of have like a drawn up deal where they will make money off of like that settlement.
Yeah.
Rather than they're getting paid up front by the plaintiff in a situation. So it's really all on the burden of the defendant to do that. Like I knew about somebody that was in like a fender bender situation that was brought up to like suing them for $30,000. You know, they didn't have, and now they're like paying. Their insurance kind of covered the cost, but it was kind of like, how good a lawyer am I getting? What if this goes to trial? That was the main thing. Was like, can the insurance company just settle it? Like, this is just free fucking money for parasites out there who just like. It's easier for us to just send them $5K, $10K, and shut them up than for us to go to trial and hope that it turns our way.
Yeah.
Even if all the evidence lines up in your favor, even if all that, you have to like cross your fingers and pray. That's one of the things Cecil said, where like apparently this lady was like logging, like following almost everything he did in the chat. Logging a lot of shit and trying to tell the judge he's racist, he's this, he's that, and he's just like, this is all done in comedy. And Cecil's like, thank fucking God, God, this guy like was able to see that, like, because there's no guarantee, I think, in current age that a judge is going to be actually fair and
well, theoretically,
unbiased.
Theoretically, judges who get appointed as judges are usually appointed those positions because they have, for the most part, you would think, pretty good cognitive, I guess, observations. You know what I mean? Like they can see a situation and understand what's going on.
Well, they have to be able to parse things, and like there's so much that's just in like the language, the paralegal language, that like fucking drives me nuts when I try to read it.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't read like your normal English, and they're literally like there's a thing in Better Call Saul, if you watch it, where like one of the lawyers, she's trying to make a name for herself, and she literally goes over one line wondering whether she should place like a colon or semicolon and the exact like verbiage she uses in that sentence, and it seems so minuscule, but it's like that can be the turning point on some things. It's like whether or not you hit that mark, and it's just fucking crazy. It's out of this world. Like there's some things that are just like so plain to see, but because of legal things, and I think legal precedents fucking bullshit anyways. Like nothing should just be done just because it's always been done that, or it's been ruled that way, and we just carry that forward forever, and all that. There's a number of things I just take issue with in the whole legal spectrum, and I think especially when it's come like YouTube was great for a while, and even though I think in this realm there was like a thing like, oh, we're being targeted because of our political views or so-called interpreted political views for some of the bigger names and stuff. There were channels that were completely kind of nonpartisan, or as nonpartisan as you could really get.
Yeah.
And a number of these like big decisions that affected big channels affected some of these other channels that none of us would ever really look at. Like my girlfriend watched some lady who would make her own custom dolls, like and when there was this whole thing about children and adult content and how you label it and what you do, like this affected this, like you're talking about adult hobby making dolls,
sure,
but it was viewed as children content because it was dolls, and suddenly it's like she's watching like the algorithm separate her out, like as far as like recommending.
What's this gonna do with lawyers?
I'm just saying, like I'll tie it in. Hold on, just give me
okay.
There's these decisions that happen. There's these decisions that happen that affect like on a much broader spectrum than we think.
Okay.
There's some guy I watched who literally composed and wrote his own song on YouTube to use in his own video, which then got claimed by some fucker that was just saying, "Oh, we own this music," and then he what is it? He went for an appeal to that claim, saying, I have the video of me making this. It's literally in no way, shape, or form by melody, lyrics, or anything connected to this original song." And then he's just like, in the end, I just decided it wasn't worth fighting because I didn't want to go, because the next thing is like, well, then it goes to claims court, or you have to literally defend yourself. And he's like, I'm not in that this deep. I don't have money to just throw at some superficial litigation battle. So his video gets claimed and taken down, struck, whatever, for this bullshit copyright claim where he like literally has all the evidence for himself, but YouTube won't, because it's all algorithm based, it's all bots and everything on everything. It has to reach the level of like, okay, well, then are you willing to take this to court and battle over it legally? And it's just kind of like, how many people are willing to pull that trigger? How many people having their own channels can go that far and fund that?
I would say not many.
Yeah, you'll just shrink in the face of it. And with everything else they do on top of that fucks over small content creators.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think America needs more litigation.
I don't know, man. I think that's just feeding the beast in my opinion.
Because I mean, if and when I say that, I mean litigation should be more accessible to everybody.
Oh, okay. I mean,
that's what I was getting at.
Potentially, I just think it's gotten too top heavy. That's why I'm like saying it's thin. Like, the bar is too low to just file a lawsuit.
No, the bar is too high to file a lawsuit, and that high bar is,
I would say, defend
propped
yourself
up
more than
by levels of money. The only way you can file a lawsuit is if you have enough money. That was my original point, Lucius. That was a long about way to get there.
Sorry, we took the long way around.
Well,
but guess what, buddy?
We did it. We did it.
We made it to an hour and 4 minutes. And thank you for covering for my my time of down network.
This is the last time, Lucius.
Thank
you.
you.
Again, I'm just gonna leave.
Thank you, El Gargo, throwing down your plan for us and just being there in the comment section there.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm gonna end the broadcast. Anything you want to plug? Any last words you got to say, Freckle Luke?
I had something that I forgot. I mean, stay fresh, of course. But I'll be saying that at the end. If Lucius doesn't steal it from me,
Undercut you.
like you did on my fucking stream. But no, I mean, I'm happy that the book is getting out to people. I can't wait to see the reviews. I think the reviews are probably like the most favorite part of, whenever I put something like that out there. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it's like a report card. You know?
Yeah, well, in a way, it's kind of like you have the satisfaction of
Yeah.
completing the work that you have to do, knowing that the other work you hired other people to do for you is done as well.
Yeah.
And now it's just like you're getting all the return, like all that effort, all that shit where you're like, God damn it, I have to promote it. I have to schedule another live stream. This is closing day. Can I get on anyone's channel? All that on top of like even just getting the art done, making the book, writing the book, and then going to the printer. Oh, we're backlogged. Oh, well, fuck! I told my backers this date.
Yeah.
All that shit.
No, I mean,
it's over.
Yeah, it's over. But I mean, I did my best to mitigate. You know what I mean? I feel like I learned something from the last campaign.
Yeah, but it's kind of like the stressful part of it's over for you. Now it's just kind of like, and getting reviews back, I'd say good or bad. Like I would just feel like some sort of recognition, like you're recognized, like people took notice. Even if it was a bad review, it's like, well, at least I got somebody echoing something.
At least somebody took notice of me, unlike the majority of Comicsgate. Am I right?
And even the reviewers, like, you did too much cursing. It's like, it kind of sounds like somebody who cares. Like I sort of hate like short, quick reviews like that, where it's like, okay, I mean, tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Like, what did you like?
No.
What
the thing is, you're always gonna get reviews like that. But I will say, because you've read it, like, what did you think about all the swearing, Lucius? I mean, it wasn't even really swearing, was it?
I mean, there was. I didn't like. It wasn't as if I was like earmarking it, like, oh man, like I think for some people they're more sensitive than others. I think like, I thought I.
Go ahead. Oh no. Well, that's the stream, guys. Thank you for coming. Lucius is he's gone again. So yeah. Thank you, everyone, and of course, stay fresh. I'm gonna wait for Lucius to go, and then I will go. But yeah, if you guys didn't like the swearing, I don't feel like there was much swearing in it. But anyway, this is the last time I'm doing another stream of Lucius. This sucks. All right, see you later. Stay fresh.
All right, I